So let's first start with one basic understanding about investments. A lot of times people ask this question, how much return do I get? Very rarely somebody asks the question, what are the risks involved? Now let's look at one particular investment vehicle called mutual fund, and you must have seen in all the advertisements that mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. There's a very powerful association between mutual funds and risk, but the reality is all investments are subject to some risks, and this is the statement that nobody should ever forget. Now if all investments are subject to some risks, where do you invest? What do you do? It's all about making choices. If you want to avoid certain risk, you will be exposed to some other risk. For example, the so-called safest investment, where you don't have to worry about losing your capital or fluctuation in the market prices, that safest investment avenue or safest place to park your money, let me not call it investment avenue, the safest place to keep your money is keep it under the mattress at home. But then what you lose is what is known as purchasing power, because over the period of time things get costlier, and to that extent your money loses value in relative terms. So if you want to avoid all the popular risks, you take something which is called inflation risk, and that is what I mean when I say all investments are subject to some risks. So if all investments are subject to some risks, the only option that we are left with is making choices, which risks to take and how much. How do we make these choices? Those choices can be made only if we properly understand what these risks are and how much we can afford to take. So there is a very close relation between what kind of risk that we take and what kind of performance we can expect, what kind of returns we can expect. Make an informed choice.